have no idea what this video is going to be like. I almost never film videos like this. I'm actually walking. It's not, I don't think, should I not look? If I look at the camera, the phone, the camera, I just ate something too. It's like wondering, I can't even really tell if there's stuff in my teeth or not. If I look at the camera while I'm walking, then I can't see where I'm going. It's kind of interesting to be like, I don't know. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about people take pictures of themselves, and I do not take like pornographic pictures of myself, right? But I think people take pictures of themselves because they just kind of want to know what they look like, even from day to day, right? And one of the things I've been thinking about is that I'm a little bit fascinated, although, you know, it's certainly not my favorite life process, right? I'm a little bit fascinated by aging, by my aging, not aging in general, really, but like my aging, right? So, I mean, I don't like it particularly, but there's a kind of a fascination to it. And what I've been thinking about for a while too is like it's something that I have to kind of get used to, like the idea that there are like there's like parts of me that are not only like not beautiful, but are like could even be kind of considered ugly. That's a weird feeling, you know. I mean, it's a result of age. It's a result of poverty. It's a result of like my very difficult lifestyle. But I mean, it kind of happens to everybody, right? I mean, no matter what you do or how much money you have, eventually you get old and you die. That's just the way it is. There's only kind of so much you can do. Oh, I do have something in my teeth, right? Oh, I can't even tell. But it's that I think there's that side of it for me too. It's like it's not just. It's kind of like, some of it is just fascination. Some of it is something I'm gonna have to kind of figure out how to deal with, which is sort of. I think perhaps one of the tougher parts of having kind of had a lot of natural beauty, or just like beauty at all, you know, kind of when you're young. It's kind of like being born with a lot of money in your bank account, and you kind of don't know any other life, whereas like other people spend most of their lives being like, you know, I mean, I look all right. You know, I'm not like incredibly good looking. Somehow I manage, you know, to get through school and find a job and have friends and, you know, have boyfriends or girlfriends and then, you know, get married and reproduce. And yet during all of that time, I was never really all that great looking, right? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, like, because I think sometimes what you can get into when you are someone who is like, you know, like a beautiful person to begin with, which is not necessarily the same thing as being attractive, right? I mean, like, you don't have to be beautiful to be attractive, which is interesting, you know. Like, you don't have to have like everything in perfect proportion. You don't have to have a perfect face or perfect skin or like any of that stuff. You can still be attractive without those things, right? I mean, if that weren't true, there'd be a lot less people in the world, right? But it's kind of something I have to kind of figure out what to do about, because I don't like, even when I was overweight from like the psych meds that I was taking like more than 20 years ago, I mostly just felt that I didn't feel ugly. I just felt fat, right? I was like, well, I don't look the way that I grew up my entire life thinking that I was looking at. I don't look that way by like somewhere between 30 and 50 pounds, which is substantial, you know. People didn't even recognize me. But as far as like actually there being actually things about me where it's like that actually feel ugly, like to the idea of like that, like I would be like touching another person with like an ugly part of me. I've never had that before. So I kind of have to get used to it. Like, I think once I feel like I know how to deal with it, you know, then I will feel less freaked out by it. But for now, it's sort of interesting because it was never a part of like whatever I had with somebody physically. I never felt like there was something about me that was repulsive. And now it's kind of like, and that kind of gets incorporated into how that side of your life is, right? Like how it is that you are with somebody like physically is like a lot of it, if you're paying attention, like if you're conscious of it, is like has to do with like how you think they might react to you, right? And there's kind of only so much you can do. So that's interesting. That's an interesting question that I'm gonna have to kind of figure out what to do about, because I'm not like a hideous person, you know. I'm just like definitely not as beautiful as I used to be.